Today's Get Healthy segment, we're talking about one option to relieving some of the side effects of chemotherapy. Many patients have received help through acupuncture. To talk more about that, Mackenzie and I are joined on the couch by Dr. Elie with the Nourishing Medicine Clinic in Milwaukee. Good evening, doctor.
Yes. Hi. Dr. Elie, thanks so much for being here. So how can acupuncture help relieve these symptoms?
Well, people going through chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery as part of their cancer therapies, they have a lot of side effects.
The side effects,
yeah.
Right.
So anything from digestive distress to skin rashes to the lack of sensation in hands and feet, fatigue, of course, pain. So acupuncture can help strengthen the digestive system, since that's being weakened by the therapies. It can help bring blood flow to the hands and feet, so that helps with the neuropathy. And it is so stress relieving for these folks.
I mean, obviously you're talking about side effects of chemotherapy, but some of the things you're talking about could be popping up in anyone who's watching right now, whether they're going through chemo or not. So you're treating this type of condition or these conditions with many of your patients.
Yes, absolutely. And we're always looking at the underlying cause. So if somebody comes in with a digestive complaint from eating the wrong food, I'm going to treat them differently from someone coming in with the same complaint due to a chemotherapy side effect.
Yeah, and during that last segment, Drew had mentioned he's had a headache all morning long, and you know exactly the point, the pressure point. She's like, I could, stick a little needle in there and you'd be fine in a few minutes.
I don't want to gloss over that, because it was kind of amazing. I just mentioned to you, hey, I have a headache today. It's bothering me right here.
Dr. Elie, this is what happened.
I squeezed your hand really hard.
I'm going to say that didn't feel great.
It also might have to do with the fact that I got out of your life. Right?
Well, no, honestly, it was there, and I go, am I crazy, or is the headache already gone? And
so
you said it works that quick.
Yeah, it should work real quick. And it did, right?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too off topic, though, because a lot of times people going through chemotherapy are dealing with an extraordinary amount of stress.
Multiple side effects and stress, yeah.
So tell me how the stress is during a process like that, chemotherapy, can add to some of those difficulties.
Yeah, well, if you think about, first of all, just getting a diagnosis of cancer by itself is one of the most stressful things that people can ever go through, right? Add on top of that the financial stress. Maybe they're not working, they can't work because of their condition, or they're going to a million doctor's appointments day in and day out.
Sure.
The stress of finding transportation to all of these appointments, to squeezing in your day, the stress that it puts on all the family members, and all of the friends. People don't know what to say, or they say the wrong thing, or it's a very stressful situation.
So Dr. Elie, what's the first thing someone should do when they just got the news and they're starting through the process?
Well, take stock. Take stock. What's important? If it's a life or death diagnosis, what's the most important thing?
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah.
You've been on the show enough times, Dr. Elie. You actually make an offer to people who are visiting you for the very first time out there in Milwaukee. So I'll let you explain the offer.
Yeah, so whether this is someone suffering from cancer right now or not at all, I always offer a free 15 to 20 minute consultation just so that someone can meet me. I think it's really important to feel comfortable with a practitioner. So that 15 minutes you can at least feel comfortable with me or not. And also just to ask some questions. Acupuncture is foreign to a lot of Americans still. So I just explain how things work and what I do.
Apparently, it only takes 2 minutes for you.
Yeah, and I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind me stealing your move, because the next time someone says I have a headache, I'm going to say, hey, give me your hand.
Give me your hand.
Let me rub it.
Right
Do it.
There you go.
I'll take some, Elie.
I've got so many moves I could show you.
We're unfortunately out of
moves.
time for this segment, but we will have more Portland Today.